Hey y'all, it's Lae'Visia Rivers. Happy Labor Day weekend. I hope you is having a good one. Honey, I'm sitting out here on Nita's porch just kind of relaxing and rocking back and forth and just enjoying the peace and quiet and hearing the birds chirp and thinking about all the things I've done over the summer, honey, and enjoyed. And I hope you is relaxing and enjoying yours. But we all have some obligations, even though it is a holiday weekend and we're trying to be lazy. I'm sure Yins is patting out some burgers and getting your steaks ready for some old cookout or whatever it is you're doing. And my obligation is, of course, it's Sunday, and we got Sunday sins we got to talk about. I've been saving this Sunday sins for this weekend because I know a lot of Yins are getting ready to go into the fall, and you got a lot of new routines and stuff that's going to be coming in as we throw the football and go into the fall. And I want this Sunday sin to be something that you take into the fall with you. So I want you to take this Sunday sin obligation to the fall with you. I want you to share it in your schools. I want you to share it at church. I want you to share it at the places where you work, because it's something every last one of us need to start working on, and working on hard. So what I want to talk about is manners. And I've always felt like I had a few good manners or whatever. Anita raised me right. The Boy Scouts raised me pretty good. They didn't raise me to wear a wig, but I picked that up on my own, thank God. Anyways, I digress. What made me decide I needed to talk about people and their manners, I guess I sometimes overlook the fact that people are ignorant to manners, because I just say bless their heart and go on. But a couple weeks ago, I love to stay in a hotel. I'm a vagabond, as Anita would call me, and a few others have called me that too. But I was traveling, and I was at one of Paris Hilton's Papal's hotels, and got on the elevator, and it was absolutely cram-packed full. People's on vacation and stuff. And this man was on there with a luggage cart that had everything that him and his 78 youngins owned on it. Strollers and high chairs and whatever else they had loaded in their expedition, and was afraid to leave it in the parking lot, I guess, and hauled it in the hotel. And 4 or 5 other people in the elevator with me, and we was slinging down to the lobby in the elevator, and there was a little old lady, and listen, she's part of the story. So the little old lady was the last one to get on, and she's about 4'9" or 5 foot tall, and we was all standing there riding down to the lobby, and the elevator stopped one more time, and this big man looked like Lurch, about 6'4", 6'5", jammed himself onto the elevator with us, and knocked that old woman out of the way, that 4'9" woman out of the way. Slung her into the back of the rest of us. I literally pushed her out of the way and almost stepped all over the top of her. And young as I looked around like this, and I was like, did I really just see what I thought I saw? And my blood started to boil a little bit, and I thought, I can't believe that he just really got on here and did that. There's no comprehension or no thought process whatsoever to the fact that this little woman in her 70s, he just knocked her almost down to get his big, ugly self up onto this elevator. I thought, how rude, how obnoxious are you, you fool? Fool wasn't the word I thought. But so we get to the lobby, and of course, the last one on is the first one off, and slung through that lobby he went. And I thought I'd like to slang through after him right into the parking lot, getting that Tahoe, honey, and drive over top of him. But me in an orange jumpsuit for 20 years in some prison for running over Jethro Bodine is not the way I want to see things. So I had to let it go. But I did take the time to apologize to that little old woman, because that's just who I am. That's how Grundy raised us, honey, to be nice to people, right? So I did. I said, I'm so sorry that man stepped all over you. I said, I think that's so rude and obnoxious. He should have waited for that cart of an elevator to have slung back up and picked him up. And she looked at me like I was crazy anyhow, because I don't think she understood that anyways. Because maybe, I don't know, she was probably delirious where she'd been knocked into people, all right? But, it got me thinking about the fact that all of us at times, many people all the time, lack manners. I don't just mean please and thank you. I don't just mean, when we go through a drive-through, having etiquette to the person that works in the window, or being the person that works in the window to have etiquette to us. But I mean to our fellow man and to our fellow woman. Even though it's 2016 and people want to think that they are liberated, you can still open a door for a woman. You can still be a little more courteous to people. You see somebody struggling with 5 youngins in a shopping cart, you can still have them put their stuff into their luggage or their bags into a car in a parking lot. If somebody's in a parking lot trying to shove 38 bags into a car that's fit to put 2 bags in, help them out, You could be nice to people. That's called manners. There's a way to handle things. And you know, sometimes you do things and you just do it quietly. I see people that sometimes you do help somebody out, and what do? You immediately run to Facebook and say, I helped an old lady at TJ Maxx today put a chair in her car. La, 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 la. Somebody stroked my ego. You know what? I'd rather have a few stars in my crown in heaven for doing it in silence. Wouldn't you? So don't do it that way, because that ain't the way to have good manners. That ain't the way to do it. I'd rather have the stars in my crown, honey, than have somebody poker my far in hell, okay? So let's all work on our manners. Let's think about that as we go into the fall season. They're going to be throwing that football, and we're going to have the leaves changing. We're going to be traveling and enjoying all those kind of things. While we're doing all that, let's have some manners for some strangers and enjoy people and enjoy each other, okay? Please and thank you and mother may I and yes you may and all those kind of good things, all right? Get your Miss Manners book out if you have to. Listen, whether you're up there at the Heritage Hall Nursing Home and 110 years old, you'll appreciate manners, or you're down here to the Riverview School in the kindergarten class, you'll appreciate good manners. It's whether you're rich or poor, blue, black or white, gay or straight, I don't care who you do or what you do. Good manners mean a hell of a lot to all of us. And they're not hard to come by. It just takes a little extra time and attention. And they mean so much. You know, maybe somebody that works for $6 or $8 an hour, I don't know, that could mean the difference between night and day to people. When I finish with somebody in the store, I will say, don't work too hard today, or don't work too hard tonight, or whatever they're finishing. You know what? And somebody will, 9 times out of 10, somebody will at least look up at me and say, I'll try not to. You know what? Give them an extra minute. Give them an extra 30 seconds. People appreciate that. You know I would. I know I do when somebody gives me just an extra minute of their time. That's called manners. We was raised like that. We're from the South, honey. Whether you're from the 24614 or from some other place, honey, that still has heart or still has some idea of what it is to be a human. Enjoy that. Don't be like old Lurch in that elevator, honey. All you was worried about was how quick you get to the lobby, honey. So you get on slung out, honey, to go wherever it is that you need to go so you can get where you got to get somewhere else. That ain't how we live. That ain't what it's all about. So, Lae'Visia love yins, and yins enjoy the rest of your Labor Day, and I'll be watching for your manners, all right? Bye.